Hey, brothers and sisters. So by the time you catch this video, it is Wednesday, October 15th of 2025. And that has three important meanings to me. First one is Solidarity Wednesday. So Sean Fain ain't with it. Hope you get your red shirts on. Second thing, October 15th of 2012, I started working for Chicago Assembly Plant, aka Local 551. So this is my 13th year anniversary, and I couldn't pick a better day to start telling you guys what these 4Fs truly mean. But I will tell you this, since we're in the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And hopefully, by the time that you guys truly understand what these 4Fs are, you'll be ready the same way that I am to get rid of this cancer that's at Local 551, especially that cancer that's within that union hall. But who am I? I am Brandon Brown Sr., aka Through with B. And it's been a long time since you heard this. So guys, get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your smoke, whatever you need, because these videos going to be kind of long to explain everything. But in the meantime, somebody cue my intro. So in the first video that I made, when it was talking about the 4Fs, what I told you guys is your fear and your forgiveness ignored the facts and almost destroyed our future. So those 4Fs are, first, your fear. Then it's your forgiveness. Then it's the facts, and then it's the future. So when it comes to breast cancer, or any cancer in general, when you go to a doctor, one thing that they do is they break everything down, and that's called the diagnosis. And then later, from that breakdown, they give you the treatment, how to go ahead and go about this cancer. So in order for this to work, you guys really have to understand this concept of fear. And this fear is not just at Chicago Assembly Plant, but it's at a lot of these jobs that we have. So what does that fear looks like? Well, the first fear actually comes from the company or the management in that company. The horror stories that I've heard over the years are ridiculous. You have people that go into work, do their job, go above and beyond. And how they're rewarded from management is, we're going to throw more work on you. And the crazy thing is, the people that do work get rewarded with more work, but then you will see your co-workers barely doing anything and management saying anything to them. And what would you do? I've heard people say, well, I spoke up to management. I spoke up to the process coach. I spoke up to the supervisor, area manager. I've spoken to all these people, and then what happens? Now you get harassed and retaliated against for speaking up for something that you know is absolutely right. You know they shouldn't be taking advantage of you like that. But because we work in a union, you would think it'd be a little bit different, right? So for those that never worked in a union, it's just pretty much organized labor in which we got a group of members that we elect, and they are handling responsibilities as far as the people, the workers, while management is still handling the business of the company. So you would think that with these elected leaders that we have in position, that they would take care of us, the people, because that's what we elected you to do. We elected you to put us in a safe environment in which we can go to work, fulfill our duties, and then go home to our families. But yet somehow we have to deal with harassment and retaliation from the same people that we elect. So now not only are we having to deal with the management that's doing whatever that they want, now we dealing with the elected leaders that what it seems is, they working with management, and now they putting us in a position of even more retaliation and even more harassment. We've all, even if you haven't been in it, you've seen it at Local 551. I've been in body department for 13 years, and the amount of stories that you guys have called me with, inboxed me with, I understand why you got fear. I understand why you don't. I understand why, excuse my language, you say fuck the union. And it shouldn't be like that. But what makes it even worse is the fact that you dealt with company, you dealt with your elected leaders, and now you getting harassment and retaliation from brothers and sisters that work right on the floor with you. That's where the fear comes from. This is why most people just say, screw it. Whatever they want to do, let them do it. I'm not going to go ahead and speak up. Although you have a voice, although you're a part of an organization that allows you to have a vote and a voice, you decide not to use yours because you don't want to get harassed. You don't want to get retaliated against. These people are not understanding that, yeah, you sweet Keisha within the plant, but let somebody catch you outside. You might be cut Keisha. So I understand your fear, but I'm gonna even break that down even more. Man, I'm not defending anyone, but I'm gonna break it down so small where everybody can understand. Let's take the company. Let's use a brother named James that worked at the company. James is a supervisor. James knows that, hey, look, the company wants us to overcycle these jobs and get these people written up. So that's his thing. That's the way he's going to move up this corporate ladder. But there's a part of James that knows what he's doing is wrong. But he can't stand up for himself due to him having fear about harassment and retaliation and not going up that corporate ladder. Told you, I may not agree with what James is doing, but I do understand his fear. His fear is not moving up that corporate ladder, staying in this same position, or possibly even getting terminated because now he has to deal with his morals versus what the company actually wants. That's his fear. What's the fear for these elected leaders? If you haven't seen it, I'm going to explain it to you because they'll never tell you. The reason why they do not elevate you to the next level, because real leaders, what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to bring up people. But at 551, and I'm sorry, it ain't just 551 because you guys going to be catching this video everywhere. It's most of these warehouse jobs. It's most of these union jobs in which the members we elect are so scared of losing their position that they get comfortable and complacent. They say, shit, why the hell would I bring this young brother, this young sister up when in the next, 3 years, the next 6 years, this person can have my job? So instead, what do? They leave you unknowledgeable, naive, and to fight for yourself. Or They will see that, hey, look, you got a little following, so now I'm going to scoop you up. But I'm not scooping you up to really teach you or educate you. No, I'm scooping you up because that's my votes. Because their fear is going back to the line. So what's the fear with your coworkers that they, retaliating against you? Well, that's why they're harassing you. Because those same coworkers that's next to you, they get scooped up. Yeah, now they like the attention that they get. They like the little extra U codes. They like the fact that, hey, look, man, we can go on some trips. Hey, they like the fact that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know I shouldn't have this appointed job, but I got the job just because of who I was affiliated with. And now I'm not taking that chance of losing that job. So everyone in here, from management to elected leaders to even your coworker that's next to you that you would go sit and drink with and think that that person is cool, but let it come to the plant, they focus is on by any means necessary to go ahead and keep that job or keep that position that they're in. Everyone has some type of fear. But if we all stood on our morals and we all stood on what was right, you'd be surprised how much of a difference it would truly make. So how does that correlate in with the removal of our president? First of all, you have to understand, who is our president? When I ran for president, and I told you guys this story a long time ago, when I actually ran for president, they was like, oh, yeah, you three with the bees. Yeah, hey, bro, I watch your stuff all the time. But I can't vote for you over Kobe. I was like, what? Hold on. Wait. You do understand that Kobe is the chairman. Kobe handles the plant. I would be the president. I would be making sure things at the hall, things as far as the community are okay. They said, oh, okay, if that's how you doing, hey, yeah, you can get my vote. Although you may laugh when you hear that, this is what I talk about as far as how sad this shit really is. Why does that brother or that sister not know the difference between the positions? I'm going to tell you what people are going to go ahead and say. Now, this is going to be not from the elected leaders. Wait, first of all, the response that you may see is not going to be from management. Because management is trying to make sure that the plant is good. They're trying to get their numbers. So you're not going to, they're going to watch this video, but they ain't going to say nothing. They know better because they ain't even supposed to be on our group pages. The elected leaders, unless they about to make a comment that's about to make them look good, they not going to say shit. Which is why I've been doing videos for 12 years. We have a clear, unwritten understanding. Brandon's going to say what he's going to say. Unless I have the cojones to go ahead and speak out to him, I'm not going to touch I ain't going to touch the social media thing. I'm going to let him talk. Or they're going to do the third thing, which is what they typically do, which is now they're going to send the co-workers after you to harass you and retaliate against you. That's how the whole system works. But the reason I have no fear is because I understand it, because I understand it from the management position, because I understand it from the elected leaders position, because I understand it from the co-workers position. Why would I argue with another co-worker? I'm the wrong person to argue with because the concept of there's no honor among thieves, half of y'all, I know y'all stuff. I ain't met you and know half your stuff. But I would never, me personally, I would never try to go ahead and get a member terminated because that's taken away from your family, your household. So you can say whatever you want about me, but I still wouldn't get you terminated because that's not right. I would ignore you or I would stand up for myself because most of you guys, most of these co-workers that's going out on these trips, etc., they getting this information, but they're not really applying it because if they really applied it, they would have no fear. They should be coming back telling you, hey, look, membership is the highest authority. Hey, look, I can show you this. I can go ahead and do this. But they can't because of the fear. The fear is, okay, well, if I speak up and I speak up on what's right, then yeah, they going to blackball me too. They going to retaliate against me too. So in return, you get brothers and sisters, they get on social media, they'll go walk alongside of you and they say, yeah, that's a good brother. Man, that leader's good. That leader ain't good. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me a president should not be finding ways to go ahead and get members involved. Finding more companies to have us amalgamated with so that we have more money coming in. If your people that you leading don't even know what your job is, that is not effective leadership. That is just you running and you doing this because you know how to work within this system of fear. And that's not how we're going to move anymore. So I hope at this point, everyone understands this concept of fear. And if you don't, I'm going to describe it to you one more time. When it comes to management, the individuals that work in management are trying to do whatever to go up the corporate ladder. If we didn't have a union and we would be working jobs where it's cutthroat and we have to do whatever in order to get up the corporate ladder, yeah, we would probably do it. Most people would probably do it too. It's just that within the constraints of a union, everything is based off seniority, etc. So the more time that you have here, the better record that you have with that time is the thing that's going to go ahead and push you up. Or you could get elected by the membership for some of these positions. Once again, when it comes to the elected leaders, the reason that they're not grabbing you and putting information in you, taking your ideas for a better future is because the minute you get some power or the minute that they feel like you get too much of a following that's going to put them out their position, their fear is going to kick in and then they going to let the company go ahead and harass and retaliate against you. And then they're going to say, well, no, there's nothing that we can really do. Come on, guys. None of this is new. They've been running this same playbook for at least a decade. And then co-workers, the co-workers that's right next to you. Keisha, that's cool, that's great, cool person. Outside in the street, y'all sitting there drinking, smoking, kicking it, having a great time. Lily is coming to the motherfucking job. Now she want to act like she a process coach supervisor. Now she want to go ahead and move differently because she has that fear. That's all this is. Everyone has fear. So now that we understand that, now let me go ahead and show you what real fear looks like. Told you, ran president, people thought I was running against Kobe. No. But for those brothers and sisters that are like, Brandon, I get you, but I don't. This is the time where you really need to hear it from your chairman. So I think it's about the time to go ahead and hear him so you can have a better understanding from his own mouth what the difference is in between the president and the chairman. So here we go.
It's two houses, two different sides that we're going to discuss. So we got the Union Hall and then we got the plant side. Can you talk about both sides?
Yes, absolutely. So again, this show is about giving knowledge. Sometimes we equate one, but there are two houses. And I always look at it like it's almost like the House of Representatives and the Senate. You know, that's the way we do. You got the plant side and you got the Union Hall side. And really the international would probably be the president, what you might say. Okay. Two sides of the house. Two houses.
Can you go in depth about the roles of the union officials at the hall?
So the hall consists of president, vice president, finance secretary, recording secretary, the trustees, the guide, and the sergeant at arms, I believe. So the president actually, oversees committees, things of that nature, facilitates union meetings, and really, it's really about the community when it comes to the president. Okay. You know, there's constitution, bylaws, all that, but it's about the community.
Okay. So what did you see? And what did you hear? This is why I put this out the way that I did. So you are seeing and hearing your chairman break down. This is the difference. It's two different houses. What happens at the plant is the plant. What happens at the hall is the hall. Now, my question to you as a member is, well, if the president is supposed to be taking care of the people, why wasn't this a video that he puts out so that he can go ahead and describe to the people that he's supposed to be leading what the difference is so that we can have more knowledge? So I told you, I give credit where credit is due. Thank you to the chairman. Because the chairman is going ahead and he's explaining to us, here's the difference. Chairman runs plant. President runs hall. So we should expect our president to make us more educated. But guys, we ain't gonna stop there. Because wait, there's more.
Those are the two sides. Let's go back to, you said chairman, then you said president at the hall side. Can you explain the difference between the president and the chairman?
Well, the president, as I said, he oversees committees, bylaws committee, recreation committee, civil rights committee. These are the committees that he oversees and that will go to different conferences and go out in the community and make a difference, supposedly. Right.
Hey, when something is good, something is good. So did you catch it? Are you listening and are you watching? This is why I'm putting the transcripts there so you guys can actually go ahead and see this. So this final point can make sense to you. We talked about harassment within the plant. Where do you work at? You work in the plant. I told you the why. Don't agree with it, but I at least told you the why. Management is fearing not going up to the next level. Told you when it comes to the members on the floor, why do they get involved? Because they fear is just being stuck on the floor next to your ass, and they like some of the perks that they get. But when it comes to those elected officials, now you hearing it from the face that actually runs the damn place. You're hearing it from your chairman. So what does the president do? President, he takes care of the hall. He takes care of the committees. He sends y'all on trips. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you why this is happening. It's not how that works. So now, when I'm asking you to go ahead and come out to this membership meeting, when I tell you that, hey, look, now it's a call for action, it is. And I'm telling you it's a call for action without any real retaliation. The brother has nothing to do, our president has nothing to do with the shit that goes on within that plant. Zero, nada. Controls the hall. He controls the committees. Now, let me explain to you what a committee is. You ever try to do some volunteer work? That's what the committees are. It's volunteer. You are volunteering your own time. And depending on what the event is, you will get paid lost time. Most people don't want to go ahead and volunteer. But you have some that want to volunteer and then they get paid for it. It's fine. This structure happens everywhere. But this is what I'm going to tell you. We're removing our president. That's it. That's all. Everything that this brother has went ahead and done was going to be swept under the rug, and we were going to allow it. And you're going to find out those in particular details in the next video. But for right now, for those that's catching and you still here, which is why I tried to make this a longer slash podcast type video. What are you scared of? The harassment is going to come from where? The brother don't even go to the hall all the time. So he ain't coming to the plant. I ain't even going to put his real business out there, but the brother can't even get a damn parking pass at the damn plant. Shouldn't have said that too much. Okay, cool. Let's continue. So what are you afraid of? The only harassment that the president is going to give you when you come to this meeting and you have to go ahead and vote, which you shouldn't have to, but because they pull in schemes behind the scenes, the only thing they're going to do is see who raised their hand. I'm going to guide you through this whole process before we make it to Sunday at that union meeting. But for the removal of our president, you don't have to have no fear. From an elected position, he don't control nothing within that plant. Hell, even management don't really mess with him like that because he's too messy. The reason why, in my opinion, I'm going to say this, in my opinion, the reason why that the chairman went ahead and put this out descriptively is because the last time we were under administrationship and it was because of our current president. So this is our chairman saying, hey, look, whatever this brother do is what he do. These are my responsibilities. This is the underlying thing. So the only person that should have fear right now ain't just the people in management. It's not just the elected leaders that trying to keep their position. It's not just the people that's going on trips or getting U codes. The real fear should be within our president. Because the face that runs this place is telling you literally, no, what this brother responsibility is this. What my responsibility is this. There is no cohesiveness anymore. Which means all the way across the board, that and the other stuff that our president has been doing, gotta go. That's the real fear. So we're going to end this section on the first F of true fear. And we can handle this however you want to. So, to our president, Chris Penna. At this, I know tomorrow, the executive board meeting. And you can say and do whatever it is that you want to do. I already know about the connections with with the top of the region and everything else. I know how the people are going to try to find a way to sweep this up under the rug, which is why we have call to action flyers now with my name on it, because at this point, there is no fear. And I'm telling the membership, I'm telling you, Local 551, I have broke it down to you as small as I could. When it comes to that union hall belongs to us. The only person that should have fear right now is the president. And President Crispino, once again, now you have an option. You can bow down gracefully for all the time that you spent. We thank you, because no matter what good you did or what bad you did, you are going to go ahead and give us a very valuable learning lesson moving forward in the future. So you can bow down gracefully, and or you can continue to still remain president, and we as a membership are going to fight to remove you. And then everything will be exposed. So the legacy that you created will go down in flames. We have no more fear for anyone at that union hall, because that union hall belongs to the members. And there is really nothing that you can do once the membership as a whole stands on business. This is what they never wanted you guys to go ahead and see. And now this is what we are doing moving forward. So once again, who am I? I am Brandon Brown Sr., aka 3 with B. We are Local 551. And spotlight's on you.